Did you know that in 2009 up to 95% of all music consumed was downloaded illegally? Now, I'm not gonna advocate any side of this argument here about piracy, but I do know that if this behavior translates well in any way to the modern world, my wallet is fucked. So you want to go into debt and spend all of your firstborn's college funds trying to finance your musical dreams. Well, you're in luck, because this is so you want to use FL Studio, a program that will help you make all the dumb, crazy, and the absolutely terrible music you want to make. So, where do we start? Well, first you need to start at the ImageLine website to actually buy the upscaled Minecraft looking program. So before we even go and start up FL Studio, we're already going into debt. So for this video's sake, let's just keep our balance in check by writing it down on this chalkboard I have right here. Firstly, FL Studio Producer version. $199 in the red. Nice. Alright, now that the administration is done, let's start this baby up. Now, for anyone who sees this program for the very first time, they will say something along the lines of, "What in God's good name am I looking at? This is supposed to be a music program, not my calendar app. How do you even make music with this?" This is a phase every music producer goes through, don't worry, we got you covered. Let's start simple. The pause play button is up here. Next to that is the stop button, and next to that is the record button that can capture your beautiful voice. And next to that is the first thing I touch when opening a new project, the speed dial. Do you want a fast song? Do you want a slow song? Press the metronome button to hear how fast it is. How fast your life is ticking away. As you hear the ticks get louder and louder in your head, you ponder. What is the use? What is the point? Why are we all here? The universe is great and big, so why are we confined to this banished realm we call Earth? Why must we all dwell in these borders to follow authority and dream of the life we were never promised? Why must we be here? It seems like you need some encouragement, my friend. But don't worry, I got just the place to cheer you up. Let's go over to the channel rack. This is where you add your instruments and waste most of your money. But don't worry, there's something in here that could cheer up any isolated, underpaid and introverted artist. Animated women. This one will dance to your music to cheer you up. Keep in mind, cheer you up. This will not tell you how good your song is. I'm sorry, it's not that easy. It is only here for your mental support. There is nothing wrong with seeking mental support, okay? Although this cute little dancing creature might make you more interested in things like Swedish pop music culture. If you look further into the channel rack, we could see that there are a lot of sounds that FL Studio already provides, like FL Keys and Citrus. What it doesn't tell you is that in order to make good music, most people never use them. I tend to care less about my wallet than I actually should. And therefore I look at plugins to buy, like Nexus. So we're here to buy a version of Nexus, so let's see how much it costs. Oh, Solomon the Great above. We going broke with this one, boys! So after I bought a couple of plugins for my FL Studio, I think we need to add our debt to the chalkboard. Nexus 5, $279, and Silent 1, $150. At this point, I have to say, I do not know whether it is even ethical to spend this much money on any program. So, Keppie, I hear you say, when are we going to actually start making some music? We're 5 minutes into the video and you haven't played a single note. I mean, put that gear you bought to actual good use and make us some music. And I say, yeah, you're right. But why would you use all of this expensive music gear you just bought when you can download a Vietnamese zither that only has 4 notes available to be played, so you have to manually pitch shift every other note into the right frequency? Isn't that great? So let's listen what it sounds like. I wasted so many hours of my life on this instrument. In my channel rack there are 6 Vietnamese zithers. In my dreams at night it's just the zithers. The instruments are speaking Vietnamese, Bill. Should I go to a psychologist to confirm my masochism accusations? Nah. Anyway, I made sure to make a simple melody with this guitar instrument and I quite like it. How I did it? Just play by ear. What's in your head won't be wrong when it comes to melodies. Furthermore, we add the bass lines. If we just copy the notes and paste them 7 notes up and add a note in the 3rd or 4th position in between, we got ourselves some chords. I put another note on top of this one for some extra flavor, like seasoning your beef Wellington, or bringing your 50 cal to your local paintball game. This chord with a note on the 4th key is a major. This chord with a note on the 3rd key, if you're trying to strike this chord, then it's probably a minor. Oh, come on, Kendrick! I also made this melody. And I added a sub bass. But we're missing something very important right now. The drums. You can find a lot of drums in the library on the left-hand side right here. Now listen. You have arrived at a crossroad in your music producing journey. You have arrived at a choice. Are you a playlister or a channeler? Where do you drag your waveform when you want to add drums? Where do you place it? There is no wrong answer, no. Do you place it in the playlist next to all the melodies? Or in the channel rack next to all the instruments like a fool? Again, there's no wrong answer. To be fair, I have no right of saying anything. I didn't color code or categorize anything. My projects look messier than Elon Musk's 2001 hairline. Well, Keppie, can't you just categorize that? Shut. Well, mister, can't you just like and subscribe then? Seriously, I need it. Because frankly, it looks beyond embarrassing now. Like and subscribe for more ritual sacrifices of my sanity. Now where were we? Oh yeah, the drums. We got a kick, we got a snare, we got claps and hi-hats. What do you want? Just make the beat. Make them loud, make them quiet. Click this option from the drop-down menu to increase the volume gradually by plotting a graph that coincides with the amount of times your parents ask you to get a real job. When you have processed the trauma, your drums should sound something like this. Now, on to the next part. The mixer. This is the land of opportunities, but also the bane of my existence. No fewer than 1 million of my songs have succumbed to the mixer. There are things you need to watch out for. The reverb, the compression, the plugins. Plugins? Plugins! Where's my reverb, Bobby? I need the hits. I need the hits. I'm about to just ditch the chalkboard. There's no use, there's no hope, just third-party plugins. For anyone wondering, Ozone 9 cost me $271, and this neat little plugin called Kickstart, which does something called Side chain cost me $16, I believe. I don't remember buying it. Anyway, the chalkboard now says $0 on the profit side. And on the debt side, yes. Now look, I will not explain every single effect that I use in the mixer. There's just so much you can do with sound design that it will absolutely kill the video. But I will give a short summary of some plugins that I use by giving them an appropriate nickname. Bathroom plugin, Echo plugin, Ear Rape plugin, 4D plugin, 4D plugin deluxe. You already heard this one. Tinnitus saver, Auto mixer, ADHD plugin, Rocket manual operated frequency annihilator. That last one is also not good for anyone with OCD. Quite impressive, all these things that you can do with just sound design knowledge and money. Technology, man. With all that out of the way, we actually have to make a song. So let's start with a catchy tune. Now try and get a song structure that builds up to a point. Let it go and then repeat once, before kinda building a new sort of interesting part, before repeating the drop once more. That is basically most of all pop songs. Just verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. You have no idea what that meant, but I do, and it's true. So let me end this video by playing this song I made, which is also out on SoundCloud, and marking all the parts in this song accordingly so you can get a feel for what it means. And with no further ado, thanks for watching, don't forget to like, subscribe and ring that bell, and have a good one. Now let the money start pouring in. Let's go!